From the very beginning of our battle against this virus, we have all been in this truly together. As governor, it is my responsibility to make some of the tough decisions. But it's also my responsibility to listen, to hear, and to be respectful of the thoughts and ideas of my fellow Ohioans. There is a wise old saying, and I'll quote, "None of us is as smart as all of us," end of quote. And so as we continue this journey together to battle this shared enemy that we face, that I talk about every day, my commitment to you is that I will continue to listen. Continue to listen to your thoughts, continue to listen to your ideas as we move through this process. Listen to you as we try to work our way through this. There will certainly have to be and have been adjustments as we go. Within the last 24 hours, it's really become clear to me that a mandatory mask requirement for people who are shopping, going into a retail business, is offensive to some of our fellow Ohioans, and I understand that. I've also heard that for some people this is a difficult thing to do, and I got a call last night from a mom who I did not know, and we had a great conversation. I listened to her, and she talked about her son who is autistic. And she explained to me how he saw things, how he felt things, and that presented a real problem for him. So I get it. I understand. And so we made a decision that for retail customers, this is not going to be mandated. Government's not going to mandate that. It is best practices. And I want to spend a little time maybe talking about that. But again, to emphasize, I've heard you, and we're not going to mandate this. We're going to leave it up to the individual customer. But it is going to be, for most people, for those who can do it, a recommendation. In fact, a strong recommendation that individuals do this. And let me talk a little bit about why we did this. First, it was a recommendation from our business group. But I will have to tell you that in the last few weeks, as some retail has been open, grocery stores, for example, I've heard from a lot of my fellow Ohioans, and their concern has been about a loved one who worked at the grocery store, or maybe at the drugstore or some other business that was still open. And their concern was for that person's health. And I even heard from some people who themselves were working in a retail establishment and were worried about the COVID-19 virus and getting it. This is a particular concern when we know the fact that for some people at least, they can be carrying this virus. A customer can be coming in carrying this virus, and the customer has no idea that they have it, not showing symptoms in any way. And again, we worry about that person, of course, but we worry about the people who are working in the store as well. So it was for the protection of these employees, the people who are serving us every single day, that we made this decision. That original order was issued. And although it's not a mandate now, it is clearly in the best interests of Ohioans to wear a mask in retail. It gives added protection to others. And when you wear a mask, you're protecting those around you from possibly getting sick. Dr. Acton and others have explained that the wearing of the mask is not really so much to protect you, but is to protect others. And then, of course, if everybody's wearing the mask, then everyone is, in fact, protected. I've already stated this, but when I go out in public, if I go into a store, I will wear this mask or one of the ones Fran has made. But again, it doesn't have to be one that has been made. It can be something that literally any kind of facial covering. I've recommended to the members of my family, ask them to do the same thing, because I think it is, at least in most cases, the best practice.